What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 12th of June. We are taking a look at Aerodrome Finance again on this Wednesday morning. We had another day of selling, to say the least. Tuesday in the cryptocurrency markets, we had Bitcoin down quite a bit. So far this morning, this Wednesday, we have a little bit green in the markets. We have a higher daily low for both Bitcoin and Aerodrome. We're going to talk about some upper price targets. We're going to talk over about Bitcoin and maybe share a couple other thoughts here on the markets. We had a nice day, at least in the tech sector, in the stock market yesterday. Very, very nice day, to say the least. Guys, welcome to the channel. This will be an Aerodrome Finance / United States dollar. This will be a daily chart. We'll probably drop to the 3-minute real quick, and the price data is from Coinbase. Over on the right-hand side of the screen, we have some green on the watch list, which is nice to see after another day of selling. Let's take a zoom in real quick. Let me show you the 3-minute time frame real quick. 3-minute time frame. So if we're on the 3-minute here, we're going to zoom out. And yesterday morning, I believe we were recording, and we had the lows come in. We didn't get down to 85.20. We got down to a low of looks like 85.9, and then we've been tested that area 2 other times throughout the day, and then started to move higher. So we'll see if it actually gets down there, or if that was the low. I mean, it was very close, but again, it didn't hit it. But hey, after all that selling, anybody who's long Aerodrome is probably okay with it not going any lower. Let's talk about some lows that it took out, and then we'll jump into some higher price targets here. Higher price targets, which most people are bullish on this, so that's what they are looking forward to. Whether it happens or not, we'll talk over about Bitcoin. So here we are. The current move has topped out at the 128 level. It's been a while since we really talked about that. It's not in play at the moment. 128. We found support for 2 days at 106. We found support for 1 day at 98,224. And so far that has been flipped into a resistance level. And we've been trading lower down to the 85.20 level. We didn't quite hit it like I had mentioned. But if we take a look left on the screen, we also didn't hit it here on the 14th. And that marked a bottom for a rally. That was 87 was the bottom on that, if I can remember correctly. That marked a 47 or so % rally. So we'll see. So far today, though, is off to a good start. We have a higher low. So yesterday's low is in. We have a higher low today. So that starts to tell us that the prices are more likely to move to the upside today, at least right now, than to the downside today. So we want to see that low hold. Just like we see over here, where we have the lows come in on the 14th, we have a higher low on the 15th, which triggers a rally. Over here, we have the 30th of April was the low, and then the 1st of May was the higher low, which triggered a decent rally back up to the 128. So we'll see. We're going to keep an eye on that. We don't want to make new daily lows, although a low of a move, at some point we'll have a low. We're looking for that higher low to the right-hand side of the screen, which is what we're seeing so far today. As these markets inch their way higher at some point, whether it starts today or not, we have levels we need to talk about above the market. One of those will be 98,224. Again, that will come in as a level of resistance. We have 106.42, again, a level of resistance. We have 128. That's going to take us back up to the highs of this move where it topped out. That will come into play here. Also, before we talk about anything above that, we had a low here that we did not want to undercut. Okay. That's this low right here on the 14th. Well, we did undercut that yesterday. Does it mean that this thing's going super bearish and heading lower? Not necessarily. It's not the greatest thing for the bulls to see. But as we looked at Bitcoin selling off aggressively, something like Aerodrome and smaller cap coins are not going to be able to buck that trend. When the selling hits the big daddy Bitcoin, it's almost guaranteed to hit everything else in the rest of the market. There's just some serious price distribution taking place, and Aerodrome will not buck that. So we undercut the low. Now, sometimes you'll see that happen, and it'll actually mark a bottom, and the markets will actually rally from here. So even though it's a bearish breakdown, sometimes it can be the mark of a bottom, ends up being like a shakeout, and the markets will actually rally from here. So the same thing happened over here. Okay, let's look at the top of this move here. So we had another higher high. Markets are breaking out, but we reversed, closed the lower end of the range, and markets actually changed their trend after that breakout to the upside. So we'll see if a move like this, a breakdown to the downside, actually is a change in trend for a breakout higher in price. You'll see double bottoms do that. Double bottoms, you'll have a low, you'll rally up, and then you'll actually undercut that low, and then the markets will take off. So not always are breakouts higher in price and breakdowns lower in price a continuation of a trend. Sometimes they can actually mark the turning point into a new trend in the opposite direction. So the point is, we could be seeing that here for Aerodrome. We broke past the low we didn't want to see, got a higher low today, and that could mark a flip of the switch, a change in the trend back to the upside. Okay, with that being behind us now, there's a lot to say. We have to talk about some new areas above the market. So for starters, once and if we find our way back above the 98, 106, 128, excuse me, we have a couple levels up here. 128, 129.45. We have a 128, 300. There's a big cluster of stuff right here. We're just going to mention 128 for now, okay? We have the resistance that came in place there, so we're going to mention that level. Most people are familiar with that level from watching these videos. 132.64 is a new price target above the markets. 132.64, okay? Obviously, that gets us above the 128. It gets us above the high over here on the 27th. That high was 127.749. So for starters, a move up to 132.64 is very possible. Is it going to happen in one day? I highly doubt it. I hope it does, but it takes time. Just like the market stair-stepped up here. Okay, they took their time to get back to 128. More than likely, they're going to take their time eventually to get back up to 132.64. So we'll see. It might not be for a long time, okay? It might not be for a long time. It really depends on if Bitcoin is completely done or not. Or if this, we'll get to that chart in just a moment. And then we have another new price level, guys, above the market, above the 132.64. So that's our railroad track, our new price target up there, 132.64, 158.40. 1.50840 is a new level above the market for Aerodrome. Keep in mind, markets are currently trading at 90 cents right now. 90 cents on this Wednesday morning. 158.40 is the next new price level. So we have 132.64, 158.40 is our next level above the market. So looks something like this, at some point here, maybe we rally and find ourselves up to that level. What does that look like with the percentage returns here? So that's going to be a 132.64 is a 47% move higher from where we're trading at now, which is 89.90 cents. And then if we continue to move higher from there, 158.40 is a move up to about 68% higher from where we're currently trading. And that area, I should mention, there was a lot of support at that area back in the where the markets were topping out. I want to show you something, guys. Okay. This move right here, this daily candle, I'd have to go back to this time frame on the channel to see what I was talking about, but I do remember talking about this candle at least after it took place. But we'll have to, the date on that was the 12th. This candle right here marked the top. Markets broke out huge, found resistance at 234 level. Markets broke down huge, found support at the 156.80, although I don't think that level was on the charts during those times. It was a massive, massive whipsaw event, and it marked the top for this move. Took out the highs, took out the lows, closed basically down for the day. Markets couldn't recover, couldn't make new daily highs or lows after that, and we flipped it into resistance. Real quick into Bitcoin before we wrap this video up, guys. Bitcoin's up $97. Nothing to get too excited about here. We took out some important lows. We took out some lows over here on the 31st. We have a higher low today. We have resistance above the market at 68,748. We'll see. If this thing is ready to go, we should be finding ourselves quickly up to the 74,958. But we'll see if the selling is over. We'll cover Bitcoin a little bit more in depth in the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. Let's hope Bitcoin doesn't make a new daily low today. That'll help the rest of the markets. If it does, that's fine. Support down there at 64,375 would be the next level below the markets. It's tried a lot of times here to break out to the upside. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 times. And so far it's been pushed back down. Eventually it'll be ready, and we'll probably see, I'm hoping for this anyways, for this in this cycle, to see that explosive move to the upside similar to the NVIDIA chart on the NASDAQ. Guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Let me know your thoughts on Aerodrome Finance. We'll see if the bottom's in. We have a nice daily higher low. If you're not yet part of the channel, join us here. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys in the next one and down in the comments. Take care.